Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. We are doing discussing algebra word problems. So this is till grade 8th. So all the questions from IGCSE exams related to this topic till grade 8th. We have some more questions related to this, but that will be discussed in a worksheet for grade 9th. Quadratic equations that require the quadratic formula. So that will be done next year, and so this worksheet does not have the questions that require quadratic formula for solving. Alright, so question 1 is why is 5 less, just a second, let me see if it's recording. Yes, it is. Why is 5 less than square of a number p and q? Write a formula for y in terms of p and q. So y is means y equals is equals 5 less than the square of the number p and q. So the square of sum of the numbers. So we have to take sum of the numbers, then square it, and then deduct 5 from it. So let's read the question again. Y is 5 less than the square of sum of the numbers. So this is the expression. We haven't been asked to solve it or do anything else to it. So this is the answer for part 1. Question 2 says, question 2 is the cost of a cup of tea is t cents. The cost of a cup of coffee is t plus 5 cents. The total cost of 7 cups of tea, so that would be 7t plus 11 cups of coffee, so that will be 11 times t plus 5 equals 2215 cents. This is in cents, this is in cents, and this is in cents. So we don't need to apply any conversion, unit conversion. Find the cost of 1 cup of tea. So that was t, so we need to find the value of t. 7t plus 11t plus 55 equals 2215. So 11 plus 7 is 18t, and then 2215 minus 55. 2215 minus 55 is 2160 divided with 18, and we get 120. 120 is the answer for question number 2. Okay, question number 3 is oranges cost 21 cents each. Alex buys X oranges and Bobby's buys X plus 2 oranges. So total cost for Alex will be 21x plus total cost for Bobby will be 21x plus 2 oranges. The total cost of the oranges is 4 equals, this was x plus 2. Okay, the total cost is 4.20. So now let's open the bracket. 21x plus 21x plus 42 equals 4.2. Alright, I made a huge blunder in this question. Going back, this is dollars, $4.20. First let's change it to cents, and that will be 420 cents. So there's no decimal over here, so it's 420 without any decimal. Alright, because we had a conflict in units. We have cents at the left side of the equation, 21 cents, and then dollars at the right side of the equation. So first change either cents to dollars or dollars to cents. So it's more convenient to change 4.2 into 420 by multiplying it with 100. Alright, now 21x plus 21x plus 42 equals 420. So 42x equals 420 minus 42 divided by 42, which gives us 9. So x equals 9. 420 minus 42 is 379, and 379 divided by 42 is 9. So the answer for part question 3 is simply 9. Alright, question 4 is A football match. At a football match, the price of an adult ticket is $X and the price for a child ticket is X minus 2.5. What is this age? This doesn't make sense. Please ignore it. There are 18500 adults. So the total cost for the adult tickets would be 18500 times cost of one adult ticket plus we have 2400 children and the cost for one ticket is this much, X minus 2.5, and the total amount paid for the tickets is this much, so equals 320040. Now solve this to find the value of X. So simply just open the brackets, plus 2400x minus 2400 times 2.5 is 6000 minus 6000 equals 320040. Okay, so next I'll add the terms in X. 18500 plus 2400, which gives me 20900x equals, I'll take 6000 to the other side and add it to 320040 plus 6000. I get 326040. Then I'll divide 20900 with this answer, 20900, and I get 15.6, which is, thank God, the same answer as this. Okay, next up is question number 5, which says the cost of a loaf of bread is X cents, the cost of cake is X minus 5 cents, the total cost of 6 loaves and 11. I'll just form the equation for you. I don't have the stamina to solve it. The cost of a loaf of the total cost of 6 loaves, so 6x plus 11 cakes, so 11 times x minus 5 equals 13.56. Open the brackets, rearrange, and you will get the answer for question 5. Question 6 is the cost of a bottle of juice is 5 cents more than the cost of water of a bottle of water. Mohini buys 3 bottles of water and 6 bottles of juice. The total cost is this much. Find the cost of a bottle of water. Give your answer in cents. So let X be the cost. Ask cost of bottle of water. Bottle of water. So X is the cost of water of bottle. Then the cost of bottle of juice is 5 cents more than the cost of the bottle of water. So for cost of juice would be 5 cents more to this, so that will be equals to X plus 5. So now we know that Mohini buys 3 bottles of water, so 3 times X plus she also buys 6 bottles of juice, so 6 times X plus 5 equals 5.25. And there's a problem, we have cents here and we have dollars here, so we'll write 525 cents here, not 5.25. So 525 directly. Now open this and rearrange and get the value of X yourselves. Okay, question 7 is the cost of bottle of water. The cost of a bottle of water is W minus 1 cents. The cost of bottle of milk is 2W minus 11 cents. A certain number of bottles of water cost $4.80. So let's call it 480 cents. And same number of bottles of milk cost 780 cents. Find the value of W. Alright, rereading the question again. The cost of a bottle of water is W minus 1 cent. A certain number of bottles cost 4.80. Alright, so now a certain number of bottles, let's call this certain number, let's give another variable to this, let's call it A. So a certain number of water bottle costs 480 cents. So A times what is the cost of one water bottle, W minus 1, equals 480. And similarly, let's make A the subject over here, so 480 over W minus 1. Similarly, the same number of bottles of milk cost 780 cents. So A times cost of one bottle of milk is this much, equals 780. Again make A the subject, so we get 780 over 2W minus 11. Now we can equate these two and get our answer for W. 480 over W minus 1 equals 780 times 2W minus 11. For ease, I'll just get rid of these zeros, divide both sides with 10, and then I'll write 48 times 2W minus 11 equals to 78 times W minus 1. I believe 78 and 48 can be further simplified. Let me check. Yes, 13 and 8. So if I cancel these out, I just use my calculator for that. So 13 and 8. So they're being divided with 6. So in the end, I get 16W minus 88 is equals to 13W minus 13. So take 13 to the other side, I'll get 3W equals minus 13 plus 88, which gives me 75, and W equals 25. 75 over 3 is 25. Yes, this is the answer for part 7, question 7. Alright, question 8 is Marcos buys 2 bottles of water and 3 bottles of lemonade. So, and the total cost is 3.60. The cost of one bottle of lemonade is this, and the cost of one bottle of lemonade is 0.25 more than the cost of one bottle of water. Find the cost of one bottle of water. So we always equate this to X. Let cost of one bottle of water be X. So Marco buys 2 bottles of water, X, plus 3 bottles of lemonade, and lemonade would cost 0.25 more than the cost of water, so X plus 0.25. So plus 3 times X plus 0.25, and the total cost is 3.6. So everything is in dollars, so no need of unit conversion. So I get 2x plus 3x plus 0.75 equals 3.6. So I get 5x equals 3.6 minus 0.75, which is 2.85, and then divide this with 5, and I get 0.57. So cost of one water bottle is 0.57. Question number 9. Okay. Vanessa buys some books and some pencils. Each book costs 12 more than each pencil. The total cost of 5 books and 2 pencils are 64.2. Find the cost of one pencil. So let cost of one pencil be X, $X. Then the cost of one book will be X plus 12, because it said 12 more than the book. Okay, and the total cost of 5 books, so 5x plus 2 pencils, so 5 books. Books was 5 times x plus 12 plus 2 pencils, so each pencil costs x, equals 64.2. So since everything is in dollars, no need of any conversion. Find the cost of n pencil, so that means you need to find the value of x. So open this and rearrange and get 9 answer for 9 yourself. Okay, we're going to question number 10. Esme buys X magazines at 2.45 each and Y cards at 3.15 each. So write down an expression in terms of X and Y for the total cost in dollars. Yes, of the magazines and the cards. So everything is already in dollars. So X 2.45x plus 3.15y is the answer for part A simply. Part B says Esme spends 60.55 in total. She buys 8 magazines. Now how many cards did she buy? So she spends 60.55 in total and she buys 8 magazines. So 8 times okay, so all we need to do here is in the above equation substitute x equals 8 and then get the value of y. So x is already 8, multiply it with 2.45 plus 3.15y. So to get the value of y, I'll directly write 60.55 minus 8 times 2.45 over 3.15. Let's see what this gives us. Fraction key on. In the numerator 60.55 minus 8 times 2.45 and in the denominator 3.15. This is giving me 13, which is the answer. Yes, y equals 13. Question number 11. Question 11. With the cost of one ruler is r cents, the cost of one protector is p cents. The total cost of 5 rulers, 5r, plus one protector, 1p, equals 245 cents. The total cost of 2 rulers plus 3 protectors equals 215 cents. Write down two equations in terms of r and p, which we already have, and solve these equations to find cost of one protector. So we need the value of p in the end. So what we can do is try to eliminate r. For that, let's multiply this with minus 2 and multiply this with 5. So the first equation becomes minus 10r plus 2p equals minus 2p equals minus 490, and the second equation becomes 10r plus 15p equals 215 times 5 is 1075. Now add these equations and we get 0r plus 13p equals 1075 minus 490 equals 585. P equals 585 divided by 13 equals 45. So question 9's answer is P. Question 11's answer is P equals 45. Okay, next up is question 12, which is the cost of one apple is A cents, the cost of one pearl is P cents, the cost of 7 apples and 9 pearls equal 354, and write down an equation in terms of A and P, which we have written already. Part 2, cost of one pearl, so 1p, is 2 cents more than the cost of one apple. So cost of one pearl is 2 cents is means equals to 2 cents more than the cost of one apple. So this is the equation. P equals 2 plus A. Let's read it again. The cost of one pearl, which means P is equals to 2 cents more than the cost of one apple. So 2 plus A. Find the value of A and P. So in the first equation, let's substitute the value of p, so that will become 7a plus 9 times 2 plus a equals 354. 7a plus 18 plus 9a equals 354. 9 plus 17 is 16a equals 354 minus 18. 354 minus 18 is 336. So to find a, divide this with 16 and we get 21. Part P. The next part, we have to find the value of p, so let's put this back in the first equation, put the value of a. So now to find p, I'll do 354 minus 7 times 21, whatever that is, divided by 9. So I'll enter this in my calculator, fraction key 354 minus 2 times 21, and in the denominator I'll enter 9. This gives me which gives us 23. So the final answer is p equals 23 and a equals 21. Okay, question number 13, which says, just a second, question 13, yes, alright. So cost of 1 kg of tomatoes is $x and the cost of 1 kg of onion is $y. Ian pays a total of 10.70 for 10 kgs of tomatoes, so 10x, and 4 kgs of onion plus 4y equals 10.7. Okay, and then Joe pays a total of 10.1 for 8 kgs of tomatoes, so 8x plus 6 kgs of onions, 6y. So simply we'll be solving these using simultaneous equations and we'll get our answer. So let's multiply the first equation with minus 8, and the second, in fact, let's change this 4y into into 12y, and then this 6y into minus 12y. So for that I'll multiply the first equation with 3 and the second equation with minus 2. So I get 30x plus 12y equals 10.7 times 3 is 32.1, and the second equation becomes minus 16x minus 12y equals 10.1 times 2 times minus 2, yes, which is minus 20.2. Alright, now add these and we'll get 30 minus 16 is 14x plus 0 equals to 32.1 minus 20.2, which is 11.9. So x equals 11.9 divided by 14 is 0.85. So x equals 0.85. Now please find y on your own by substituting this value of x here or anywhere else in the question. Alright, this was question 13. Question 14 is, in a shop the price of a monthly magazine is $M and price of the weekly magazine is M minus 0.75. Again, ignore this H. Okay. One day the shop receives $168 from selling monthly magazines and $207 from selling weekly magazines. The total number of these magazines sold during these days is 100. So total means that total number of monthly magazines sold plus total number of weekly magazines sold equals to 100 pieces. So let's write total number of monthly magazines in terms of M. So we the shop generates $168 by selling M monthly magazines. So what will be the cost of how many total magazines is he selling? How much total money? No, wait a second. Okay, so $168 from selling monthly magazine, and each magazine is for $M. So the total number of pieces sold will be 168 divided by M. These are the total number of monthly magazines sold. Similarly, the total number of weekly magazines sold will be its total money generated divided by money generated by one magazine, equals to 100. Now we'll take LCM, cross multiply, etc., and derive this equation. So let's do that. The LCM is M times M minus 0.75 equals 100. This becomes 168 times M minus 0.75 plus 207M. So 168M minus 0.75 times 168, 126 plus 267 M over M square minus 0.75 M equals 100. So 168 plus 267 equals 435 M minus 126 equals 100 M square minus 75 M by taking the rest to the other side. So this becomes 0 equals 100 M square minus 75 minus 435, which gives us minus 360 M minus 120 plus 126. So divide all of this with 2. So 360 divided by 2. There's some mistake in my working. Let me check that quickly. Okay, so I've made a mistake here. This was 207, not 267. This is also 207. Alright, so 168 M plus 207 M becomes 375 M. So this is 375 M, and now this becomes minus 75 minus 375, 450 M. Now we can take 2 common from all of these and then divide it with 100 to eliminate it. We get 50 M square minus 225 M plus 63, which is the desired equation here. Okay, find the price of the monthly magazine. That means simply solve this to get the value of M, because M is the price of a monthly magazine. Alright, let me clear the screen and do part 2. Find the price of a monthly magazine. So that means we need to solve this quadratic equation, since we're doing this for since I made this worksheet for grade 8 and you haven't done quadratic formula yet. So we will try to solve this using middle term breaking, which is factorization. So we're looking for two numbers which when multiplied should give 50 times 63, which is 3150, and then when added should give minus 225. So what could be the combination? Alright, so the factors would be minus 210 times minus 15, and minus 210 minus 15 will give us minus 225 as well. So this won't be expected from you in the exam or in the test. Don't worry about that. You are expected to solve this using quadratic quadratic formula that you'll learn next year in grade 9. So for now, just use this value. So we'll get 50m square, break the middle term into this, and plus 63. So then what is common in the first two? I believe it's 10m, so 10m is common here. We're left with 5m minus 21, and then minus 3 is common, and we're left with 5m plus 20 minus 21. Since I've taken negative common, it will invert the sign. So 10m minus 3 equals 5m minus 21 equals 0, which will give me m equals 3 by 10, and m equals, are both of these negative? Just a second. Yes, both of them are negative. So, or m equals 21 over 5. Okay, so we will only be accepting this value, which is the final answer 4.2, and not 3 by 10. Why is that? Because 3 over 10 is 0.3, which will make this a negative value, and the price of a magazine cannot be negative. So 0.3 minus 0.75 is a negative value, so we'll be discarding this and accepting this 4.2 as our final answer. Okay, question 15. Polo and Jim each buy snacks of rice but from different shops. Polo buys 72 for snacks costing $M each, and Jim pays $72 for snacks costing M plus 0.9 each. Find expression in terms of M for the number of sacks Polo buys. Okay, that was sacks, not snacks. Okay, so how many sacks does Polo buy? He spends $72 and each costs M. So 72 over M is the answer for part 1. For part 2, similarly find the price. Find an expression in terms of N for the number of sacks Jim buy. That will be 72 over M plus 0.9. Part B, Polo buys 4 more sacks than Jim. So this one buys 4 more. So that means the difference between these will be 72 over M minus 72 over M plus 0.9 equals 4. The difference between these two would be 4, and this one is the bigger number as told in the question. Okay, next, write an equation in terms of n and show that it simplifies to this. So next step, we just have to cross multiply and solve it further. Let me do it over here. B was 72 over m plus minus 72 over m plus 0.9 equals 4. Taking LCM, 72 m plus, what is 72 times 0.9? That is 64.8 minus 72 m over m square plus 0.9 m equals 4. So 748 equals 4m square plus 0.9 times 4, 3.6. So this becomes 0 equals 4m square plus 3.6 m, yes, minus 648. There was an m here which I skipped initially. Alright, so now I'm getting 0 equals 4m square plus 3.6m minus 648. But again, that's 64.8, not 648. This is 64.8 and this here is 64.8. Alright, so we needed to show this, but we're getting this. So how do we fix that? How do we change the first number into 10? and not into 4. So what do we multiply 4 with to get 10? So let's see that. Let's divide 10 with 4 and see what do we get. 10 divided by 4 is 2.5. So that means when I multiply 4 with 2.5, I will get 10. So now multiply this whole equation on both sides with 2.5. So 2.5 times 0 is 2.5. This becomes 10m square plus 3.6 times 2.5 is 9. M minus 64.8 times 2.5 is 162. So we've shown the desired equation. Okay. Part 2, find the number of sacks of rice that Polo buys and he buys. Uh, Number of sacks that Polo buys. Okay. And Polo buys 72 sacks each for $M. So that means we have to find for C2, we have to find 72 over M. So for that we first need value of M. The value of M will be found by solving these. Okay, so again I doubt we can do this with middle term breaking. Let me check quickly. Alright, so again a quicker method to solve it is by using the quadratic formula, which we haven't discussed first. So we are bound to use middle term breaking. So I'll directly give you the factors. This will be 45m minus 36m minus 162. Again in the exam you won't be expected, you won't be given such type of question that need a lot of working to solve. So a lot of mental work to solve. So most probably this a question like this will be asked from you in grade 9th, not in grade 8th. In grade 8 you'll get simpler questions that are very conveniently solved using middle term breaking. Alright, so 5m is common here. We're left with 2m plus 9 and then minus 18. Minus 18 is common and we're left with 2m plus 5 equals 0. So we get 5m plus 9 and 5m minus 18 and 2m plus 9 equals 0. So we have solved this, we have now solved this equation. One answer is 18 over 5, the other answer is minus 9 over 2 in decimals. We will probably get this 18 over 5 is 3.6, yes, and minus 4.5. 9 over 2 is minus 4.5. Part 2, find the number of sacks of rice that Polo buys. So again we need this expression. The number of sacks, for the number of sacks Polo buys came out to be 72 over m. So we'll use the positive value of m, which is 3.6. So 72 over 3.6 should give us the answer. 72 over 3.6 gives us 20, and 20 is the final answer for this question. Question number 16. A cost of a small box of juice is $y. The cost of a large bottle of juice is $y plus 1. When Katrina spends 36 on small bottles only, she receives 25 more bottles than when she spends 36 on large bottles only. Part 1, show this equation. Okay, so let's reread the question. When Catriona spends $36 on small bottles only, that means she gets 36 over y number of small bottles. This is number of small bottles, right? And she receives 25 more bottles than when she spends $36 on large bottles only. This is number of large bottles. And what is their difference? Their difference is 25. So we'll make the equation for part 1, 36 over y minus 36 over y plus 1 equals 25. Let's take LCM and solve this. 36y plus 36 minus 36y equals, I'm directly taking this to the other side, 25y square plus 25y. This gets cancelled, we get 0 equals 25y square plus 25 minus 36. We've shown the desired equation. Alright. Okay. Then we have to factorize this. 25y square plus 25 minus 36 equals to 0 shouldn't be written, sorry, it shouldn't be written here. Okay. So we are looking for two numbers which when multiplied should give us minus 36 times 25 minus 900, and which when added should give us plus 25. So what could be those two numbers? Let's try 20 and 45. So 45 times minus 20 and 45 minus 20. Yes, we'll get this combination. So 25y square plus 45y, this is y, minus 20y minus 36. So 5 is common in the first, 5y is common, so we're left with 5y plus 9, and then minus 4 is common, and we're left with 5y plus 9. So the factorized form is 5y minus 4 and 5y plus 9. Then we have to solve this equation after factorizing it. So the next, this was part 2, part 3. The answer for part 3 will be equate these brackets to 0. So we'll get y equals 4 over 5 and y equals minus 9 over 5. This is the answer for part 3. Now we need to do part 4, which says, we'll do part 4 here. Find the total cost of one small biscuit of juice and one large bottle of juice. So cost of a small bottle of juice is y, and cost of large bottle of juice is y plus 1. So we'll choose the positive value 4 over 5 plus 4 over 5 plus 1. So let's see what value does our calculator give us. 4 over 5 times 2 plus 1, we get 2.6, which is the answer. So 2.6 is the answer for the final part of question 16. Question number 17. Question 17. Just a second, sorry. Yes. Okay. So the final question of this worksheet, the worksheet you may have might be slightly different from this one because I keep updating my worksheets. The question will probably be more or less be the same, maybe the sequence is different. So you should be able to find all those questions in this video. Okay, the cost of a biscuit is X cents, the cost of a cake is X plus 3 cents. The number of biscuits Roshni can buy for 72 cents is 2 more the number of cakes she can buy for 72 cents. So for 72 cents, she should be able to buy 72 over X number of biscuits. If she's spending a total of 72 on biscuits and each biscuit is for X, then total number of biscuits she can buy is 72 over X, and similarly for 72 cents she should be able to buy these many cakes, number of cakes, right? So 2 more, so this number is 2 more than this number. So to form the equation, we'll write 72 over X minus 72 over X plus 3 equals 2. Next we'll take LCM, cross multiply, etc., and you should get this equation. So in part 2 we have to solve this equation, so I'll just jump to that. Part 2 is solve x square plus 3x minus 108 equals 0. So we're looking for two numbers which when multiplied gives us minus 108, which when added gives 3. So what could be those two numbers? Okay, so directly 12 times 9. You may need to factorize this to get to this conclusion. So 12 times 9, negative with 9 and 12 minus 9. So it becomes x square plus 12x minus 9x minus 108 equals 0. X is common, x plus 12 minus 9 is common, and we get x plus 12 equals 0. So we're getting x minus 9 and x plus 12 equals 0. So solve this and we will get x equals 12 and sorry, x equals minus 12 and x equals minus 12 and x equals 9. So we will be choosing the positive answer for the next part because x was in cents and we can't have negative number of cents. Okay, so find the total cost of 2 biscuits and 1 cake. So 2x plus 1 cake, x plus 3. Each biscuit costs x and each cake costs x plus 3. So now substitute 9 here and we should get the answer 1 times 9 plus 3. So 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 18 is 30. So the answer is 30, and that's all for this worksheet on word problems related to algebra.